Welcome to our production meeting, everyone. So how did people fare through the Mercury Mars Saturn conjunction?
In
It was
Aries.
okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
Today or the whole weekend?
the whole weekend.
Mine was great and kind of emotional, but I looked, I was like, what else is going on? Because I was like, not expecting that energy. But the sun in Chiron was on my descendant. And this whole weekend I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready for like the first time since I like lost a lot of friends. I was like, I want to start putting myself out there. And like I signed up to go to a book club in person, or I'm going to a walking group on Wednesdays after my trip. But I was like, this is so weird because this felt like an old version of me that was like brave to meet people and it was just what's going on. And because I was like, did not expect that kind of energy. And I was like, oh, this is also happening on my descendant right now.
Wow.
So it was really nice.
I love that you're proactively going out to make friends. I mean, I learned that actually in recovery, like if you want to have a happy life as an adult, you have to constantly be making friends, and like you learn how to do it in that group because the people are there always making friends with people. And I just started doing it, and it's like because friends will come and then they go, and so if you don't make new ones constantly, you'll kind of notice that you don't have a lot all of a sudden, and like I don't know.
And I'm a Libra rising, so it's like been an interesting time not doing that. So, but it's just scary when that used to be me. And now it's just like I needed to kind of go in. So I'm excited, but a little scared, but I'm like, this is good. Just wish me luck.
Do you think your Aquarius likes friends a lot?
Um, that's a great question. A lot of my friends are Aquarius, and I do like friends. I think I'm very good at making sure everyone feels included, but when I feel seen too fast, it's a little scary.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to learn to do. I have Saturn going through my 11th house right now, so I'm like kind of doing the work with friends, and I'm learning to do the one turn of the sun thing with friends, just like I do with dates. Where I used to do with dates, where it's like, people want to commit right away, but the thing is, if you really are watching, the sun go around their chart for 1 year, then you see all the aspects of the personality, and it's like, why should I commit to a friend when I've only known them for a month when they might have some aspect of personality that's gonna kill me later? So you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think the slow approach with friends is good, or do you just go for it, or what? You know?
I'm an all-in kind of person. And so like I like to go all in, but yeah, I'll go all in for the first month and then the second month and then, and then if it's I'll also an all out person.
Yeah.
But I like to really dive in and really be there when I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just the vibe for me if I should be all in or not. I don't know. It's hard to, it's like if I don't want to be all in up front, I'll be like slow, but I don't know. It's either I'm going to feel comfortable to show that fourth house side of me with you eventually, or I know I'm never going to feel that way.
How
I
about
don't
you,
know.
Greg?
I feel like I know I tend to come off as kind of like intense at first sometimes with people. But yeah, with new friends, it's weird. It's like um, I definitely keep like a close circle of friends for like a long time. Like I had a best friend for like 15 years. And then we had this falling out that was just like it was sort of like a little bit, not all at once. And it was just like, man. But I haven't had a good friend like that in like a long time, and that was a good, yeah. I think I usually have like one or two, so I don't really make new friends a whole lot. Being in Portland though I've been making a lot of friends here though, so that's which is nice. It's hard to
And
know
like,
when the level of like, is it an acquaintance, is it a friend? I don't know. uh,
yeah, like sometimes I'll say to like if a friendship lasts for 6 months and then something happens and it blows up, I'm like, that was a good run. That was a good run. Like, you know, because I think you can benefit for even a 6 month friendship with somebody. Maybe they introduce you to certain books that you wouldn't have read otherwise, or an activity, or
Oh yeah.
The idea that everyone should be forever. I mean, if every friend we had was forever, can you imagine what that would look like?
Yeah. Maybe that's why most of my long-term friends are Aquarius, because we do fall off the face of the earth at times, and that but we both do it, and we were like, we'll check back in a second. But yeah.
That Saturn is long lasting. That'll like stick with you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think with the Mercury, Mars, Saturn, at least there's pinch points, and what I'm noticing about friendships is that it's a lot easier to be friends with astrologers than non-astrologers, because when the pinch points hit, you can say to the person, "Oh, this is that Mercury, Mars, Saturn," and you're not blaming the planets. The two of you are participating in trying to move through the energy together. But it's not just like, oh, it must be that transit. It's just like, oh, what should we do with this?
Mhm.
I don't know. Do you guys find it easier to be friends with astrologers than non-astrologers?
It
I get
depends,
in
I think, with
arguments.
the type of astrologer. I don't want to, like, some people can weaponize or use it to, like, and I do think it's helpful to be like, okay, this happened during this weird transit. Let's see if this is a pattern, or was it just this weird transit energy situation. But I do think just being an astrologer myself has allowed me to be more compassionate about, and not taking things personally, of just, oh, okay, like they are a different person. They're not exactly like me, and that's okay.
I think I resonate with that. Like since getting into astrology, I think like really having like a deep like understanding that that people are really different. Like a Cancer rising is like super different than or whatever, sun signs and moon signs and but yeah, but just like having like different people go at a different pace. It's like my old friend that I've been thinking about a lot. Like he had big Taurus energy, and so we would go out to eat, right? And I'm Aries. I'm just like I'm done in 15 minutes, and he's like he wants to talk and like explain everything and have a whole experience. And so it was like it could end up being like 3 hours. And it's just like, and I tend to overeat then because I'm like, oh God, I gotta like keep up. But it's like, no, he's not even eating. Anyway, that's
Are
kind of
slow eaters.
but yeah, but they're very different, different energy.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know why I'm just going off on friends, but does anyone have any production stuff they want to talk about?
I have a question. If we could send a suggestion, sending calendar invites for everything under the sun, so that then I can, like, me specifically, but other people who are regulars could let you know the days we're not able to make it, and so then if there's like a low regular crew coming up, because I think that was like great, like to invite more people,
How do you do that?
like a Google Calendar invite or something
Oh, and just share it with people?
with the link in it, unless it changes each time. I know our ESQ link didn't change, so it was just more, I think, more just so that who's able to come, like, in the calendar of Google.
Yeah. It does change every time. So, I mean, would I send that out on Monday, or when would I just, or when?
I think you could just have a recurring everything under the sun Thursday invite, and then you send the link separately, but that way you don't have to do the calendar invite every week. It's just that you see it on your calendar who said that they're not going this week.
Okay. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look into that when I'm
Yeah.
in the office again. Okay, calendar invite. Okay. Anything else? Debbie's teaching class. Alexander's having the transit, and I don't know who else. Maureen, I don't know what happened to Maureen, but and then Jenna's in Greece, right?
Yes, on her honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jenna's
so
in Greece.
I
That's awesome. I hope
know she's like having her best life right now.
yeah.
know.
How's your sabbatical going, or how's your hiatus?
It was nice today, but just this is the first week.
How long is your sabbatical.
6 weeks.
Are you not working? Oh, you just mean your
Oh no,
sabbatical?
just for the show, yeah.
Side quest.
No, I mean, yeah, it was a very rainy day, so yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wish it was a sabbatical, like for all my life.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, I mean, I just have lessons from clowns today, and that is our
Topic.
Yeah, I left my notebook downstairs. Can you guys talk amongst yourself for like
Yeah.
2 minutes? Because I want to use it to my notebook. I'll be right back.
All right. Cool. Is she gone? Let's talk about it. I'm in North Carolina, and Kimber, wait, you should come to Course in Miracles sometimes.
Yeah, it's on Sundays, right?
Yeah, it's on Sundays. And go ahead. What you were gonna say?
No, I'm just listening.
So Norman, my new date, came on Sunday, so that was fun. Yeah, he came to everything the Course in Miracles.
That's exciting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So he got to meet Andy and Linda Hello, and they got to meet him. And Shane in the background.
Awesome. I can start going in May, so that'll be awesome.
Yeah. Well, your Sunday frees up.
Yes.
What do you have now on Sundays?
Well, this Sunday I'm going to be in San Diego for that conference.
Oh yeah.
And then I've been like going over for like a Sunday dinner situation in my neighborhood, but now that the summer is happening, it's like been an early Sunday dinner. Kids eat early, way earlier than I'm used to. But anywho, summer's coming, so we're not doing that anymore.
Nice. Cool. Okay, I'm ready. If you guys are ready for the lessons from clowns. Okay.
Let's do it.
So there's a lot of just random different lessons, and these I think will benefit us on camera as well as in clowning, and as well as when we meet at public events like at NORWAC and UAC and things like that. So I think it's just all these lessons I learned at the clown conference. The first one I want to talk about is different camera angles that we learned about, and this can help us when we're making our films. Whatever, yeah, that's the Italian right there. Okay. So this is the American shot, okay, is when you stand in the camera like this. Okay, so you can see my whole body. If you can see my head, that would be the American shot, is like your body's in the camera. We don't do that shot a lot because, that would be the American shot. We rarely see ourselves in that shot.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stand here the rest of the
time. Nice. Okay. So, but like if we're doing our videos where we're filming ourselves, we might want to use that shot more, like showing your whole body, right? Like as opposed to just your face. Okay, and then there's close-ups. Okay, so this is a close-up. What we're doing is a close-up. But extreme close-ups are like this. Is like when you get really close to the camera. And she was saying that in extreme close-ups, it builds intimacy with your audience. So, when I'm teaching astrology students, like a lot of times I'll look at them like this, and that's what I'm trying to show them. I care, or I'm interested in something they're doing, so I think the extreme, let's all do an extreme close-up right now and see if I do feel more close to Kimber right now. Oh my god.
my pores
Oh my god, do you guys feel closer to each other when we do this?
Too close.
I want to tell you something.
What do you want to tell us?
Wait, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Well, it's really cool being here with you guys. Okay, so that's the extreme close-up. And I want us to remember these, because when you're teaching, like Kimber, or Graham, if you guys ever teach at the Moyer Press, because we live on Zoom, there's this idea that Zoom's not as good as real life and all this stuff. What I'm learning, because I live on camera about 8 hours a day, is actually there are new things coming to life on Zoom that are mimicking what happens in real life. Like, for example, I'm learning to smile a lot more at my other job because it's almost like clowning. Like you're like, oh, thank you. Like that has a lot different tone than thank you. It just like the resting, face versus resting smile face. It actually has it's like a phone voice, basically,
Yeah.
right? But like, so I want us to start using these tools like really intentionally. Like, right, if we're trying to get closer to our students, get all up in the screen, be like, hey, you guys, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Right? Um, is everyone having a good day? I don't know. It's just it's like don't be afraid to do that. Okay, and then there's something called the Italian, which is when you put like Jay Z was doing the Italian. It's where you put one body part in the screen at a time.
I love those. I love that.
Really? Let's see your Italian.
I mean, I like it better with prompts. Like I've seen like when someone has like a magnifying glass or something, and it's like I'm trying to look and zoom in with just like their eye.
Okay, yeah. Oh, they just looking at your eye is a total.
Like if I was reading on Tuesday group and that's what you look like.
Dude, I love it. Graham, let's see your Italian.
Well,
Oh, the ear.
I don't know. I don't know what to put.
No, but like, I think that could be really cool.
Oh,
Yeah. Or what if you do the opposite? What if you like back up? Is that like alienating? Like, is that like you don't feel as close to me now because I'm far away? I don't know.
Oh, how does it feel to you when I do that?
It's not good. Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, maybe if someone's being mean to you, you could be like, "Whoa."
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like because it's not as perceptual. It's sort of like you might not notice it, but you'll feel it. It's kind of one of those like subconscious thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think what I'm trying to learn here is to be extremely intentional in what we're doing, so we know. Okay, I want them to feel alienated from me. They just made me mad. All right, how's it going now?
Or
Yeah,
you could do the Italian with your foot if you want to kick them out.
Oh my gosh!
Is that the Italian too?
No, I can't even do
Bam!
that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, but really, is this an Italian or is that not?
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
it
question.
only with your face?
I don't know. I think it's the face usually, but I think we could expand it to whatever we want. Like put your drink. Like let's cheers.
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 Cheers. Oh,
Cheers.
yeah. Okay. Where's my camera? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then there's the two shot, which is when there's two of you in the shot, and I think we do a lot of two shots when it's two of us making an episode. Like it's like, but you can actually put someone else. Like Graham's been over to my house before, and we've actually done episodes together, and that would be a two shot, like the two of us. But yeah, like you and a thing can be a two shot. Like here's my bead string, but you think of it as like it's the shot is you and the thing, or you and the person, or you and the prop, or something like that.
Like the whole time, or I'm so confused.
Well, I think it's just anytime there's two things in the screen that are focal points, it's a two shot.
Okay, like two things. Got it.
And I don't know if it's like when you and Jen are doing existential side quests, if that's a two shot because you're on separate screens. But it is kind of a two shot. It's like a diptych, like as opposed to like a one, diptych's like two pieces of art next to each other. That's kind of like it is. You could think about styling, like we're in a four shot right now. We could think of that as, it's, I don't know. I don't know how helpful the two shot is.
I mean, it could have been something that's cool with Jen and I for the series Chiron episode. If like I love series, she loves Chiron. If we, I don't know, each had a prompt, like a prop connected to it in our shot. But I mean, this is so far, and I'm sure there's more, but I feel like that's a big reason we wanted to have a break is, I mean, for me at least, to kind of break up, like what else can we do besides just being like side by side when it makes sense. So this is really giving me ideas.
Nice. I keep looking for my
Are you two in the same place or the same city?
No,
Oh, here he is. Okay.
like across the country.
Here's an example of a two shot. Okay, I have my Macho Man. If I'm like, hey, Macho Man, it's hard because I can't see myself, but I don't know if this looks better than just like this. But it's like, do we look like we're in the screen together? Like, hey, what's going on? How's it going? Hey, what are you doing? Like, see, that's a two shot, right?
I like them better, like the face on, like when not you facing the, but
Yeah.
that feels like more dynamic, maybe.
But me with him, that's our two shot. But see, if I think about it, like putting him closer makes us the same size, and that actually makes a more effective two shot than this.
Yeah, I think what it does is it gives the audience two different things to look at, and it's more active because they can be, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at Randy, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think having him closer actually makes a great two shot there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this just isn't as effective.
No.
Okay.
But it's a good emphasis. Like if you want to emphasize something, you just move them forward, and it'd be like, oh, like that's all of a sudden that's like an exclamation point or something. That's like a very visual way to emphasize, I guess.
Yeah, it's like his extreme close up. Let's see his Italian.
Yeah. Well,
Like with a sock puppet. Yeah.
This is making me think of. Did you guys ever see the show Kids in the Hall? The with the I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is making me think of that.
Okay, the other thing she said is to look up at the camera. Hey, how's it going, you guys? What's going on? See, this is like, I don't know what effect that has, but to look up at the camera. Wow. Like your people are above you, you're below them situationally.
well,
And then, okay, interesting. I don't know what effect does that have?
it bends my neck.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit more. I mean, you could use it for effect in some ways. Like, hey, what are you guys doing up there? What are you doing? Like, I don't know what storyline you would use it with. And then similarly, you can put it down on the ground. Hey, you guys, what are you doing down there? How's it
Hey.
going?
I'm gonna break this chair.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's get Randy in here. Let's do a two shot from above. What's up? What's going on? What are you doing?
That's a power move. That's like a pile driver or something. Like I don't know.
Okay. It's just, I think these can come into play when we are filming clown videos or when we're doing our, tours of our room or whatever,
That's what I was just thinking for like the room tour, even if it's for a little bit, but like at the beginning, like, hey everybody, the high or the low, it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they add some novelty to the situation, and also it could be part of the storyline, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is called the Dutch angle. It's where you do your head like this.
I do that a lot.
I don't know what the meaning of the Dutch angle is.
That's it.
Wait, isn't that when you turn the camera slightly like that? Like so you're still upright, but then the camera's turned?
Maybe.
Or is it? Yeah, which one is it?
She said it was this, but this might show listening. Like I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I think it's more receptive when your head is tilted.
Yeah.
Like my whole body is tilted now. That was a good one, Graham.
I like that. Like
It's just
that's
disconcerting.
Wait, are you tilted or your camera? Your camera looks tilted too.
Right? It's just my laptop. I'm just leaning it on its edge
Ah.
like this. Whoa.
But if you don't have a laptop stand that does that, that could suddenly become the crash, which I kind of like that. Like, when you're FaceTiming someone and then they drop their phone, you're like, what just happened?
Oh my God, that's a total meme, Kimber. The phone drop.
Yeah.
While you're like the phone fumble.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah, and I think you remember, JZ, when we were studying physicalization. This
Mhm.
reminds me of that. Physicalization is being like really physical in the camera and like being like, how are you guys doing? What is going
Yeah.
on? This is like that's another thing you can do is be very physical in the camera, and that's an acting move.
You, Andy.
You mean me?
That feels too like I don't like that.
You.
You.
Oh my God, my finger looks insane right now.
It's an Italian finger.
About all 5 fingers.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people do this one. Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Position, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, she's basically like just saying to remember all these shots and use them as in your production. Okay, the other thing she says. Okay, so the other thing about this girl's presentation was she was talking about melodrama, and I guess how would you guys define melodrama?
Mm,
It's like overacting.
Ooh, jinx.
Kimber,
Melodramatic.
yeah, what does that mean to you?
I think it's like performative drama.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Dudley Do Right, right? It's like the big overly, yeah, well, like clowning, I guess. Isn't clowning just melodramatic in general?
Well, it can be. And like, so she was encouraging us as clowns to do bad acting, like do the most dramatic bad acting. Like when Stardoll got her tattoo and she's like, oh my God, oh, like that's melodrama, right? Like she's dramatizing the pain of getting a tattoo. But there's several emotions that she worked with, so, and I don't know if you guys want to do any of these, but, so she would put on music and then have everyone do the melodrama, this emotion. And it was really amazing to try this. Okay, so like, I don't know if you guys want to try Fear melodrama style.
Like, oh my God.
And really what you saw when you saw these people doing this was clowns without makeup on. Like I was watching all the people and they are clowning. Like that is part of clowning is melodrama, right? So okay, try anger now. Like,
Teachers do this all the time.
what is it?
Teachers do this. Like the best teachers have to do melodrama. It's like it's just they love that. Like we're happy, excited, or mad, but we don't you don't yell at children. It helps you. It breaks the tension of when the kids are too loud. It's like you just set your marker down and you take a deep breath and then you kind of act like you're just fighting the wall for a second and then like they're not seeing you and they laugh. It breaks the tension and you just compose yourself and turn around as if they didn't just see that. And then everyone just calms and everyone's like, okay, so can we move on now? And they're like, yeah, okay. Or handing them a remote to rewind the last 2 minutes. So then we can just go back and we just make silly rewind TV noises.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a visual disruption.
Middle school, at least, yes. You're basically a clown when you're a teacher to keep engagement.
Oh, interesting. So you literally are like,
yes. And I know a lot of your teachers that will do like a high kick and just keep going and like let the kids kind of realize, yeah, that we're being a little silly instead of like having a real angry moment. It's so absurd that it brings us all back down to earth. Or like we have all the kids help us pull the class back down to earth with like a giant lasso and pulling it really heavy. It's like, okay, we're back on earth. We're good.
I never really thought about this, but of course in COVID, a lot of teachers had to be on Zoom. There's probably a lot of like Zoom education, like what do you call it? Like idioms that have developed. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I was so checked out of that whole thing. But are you a teacher, Kimber?
No, I used to be.
That's really good intel, though. I mean, I think it's funny because this is why I wanted to bring this up. Is it's like it's good for when we're clowning, but also it's good for when we're just on talk shows too. It's like melodrama is drama, right? And it's kind of comical to the point where, and I do this all the time. I'd be like, are you guys serious right now? Like I get really intense in class, and I'm Kimber. You probably see me doing that, but it's like, I think on camera, it's like being intense or epic. It helps your students feel excited, even though we're on Zoom, kind of thing.
You know what, Andy, I like that you just shook your camera and I was like, oh, that would be kind of fun when it's like anger a little bit or like, hey, let's knock it off, guys.
Oh, interesting.
Like you're like, time out.
That is really interesting, Kimber. It's because it seems to me like you know and the kids know that the social contract is you're not allowed to get mad at them.
Yes.
So you have to be melodramatic in order to give the signal that you're mad at them, but not really mad at them. But you could be mad at them, but you're not being allowed to.
Yeah. And it's like you can get mad, but it's like if you get mad in those moments, some of these moments, it's just like it's not that serious and you break like rapport. It's like you want when I'm mad, like if I am gonna raise my voice, or I usually go quieter because then that's scarier. But it's like if you are always up there, then there it's not gonna be it doesn't have any value. It's like they don't know when it's like, oh, you're always mad. So it just and it does help you stay in the moment, but we use it even just like I would have a prop because you have to have a hook to get into the lesson. And when I'm trying to teach them to gather evidence and make a conclusion, I acted like I brought in an old purse and acted like my roommate accidentally left it in my car, and I was like, should we like go through this purse and see what's in it and see what we know about this person? And I just put a bunch of stuff in there, but they're pulling things out, and then halfway through they got mad because they were like they realized this was part of the lesson.
Oh, that's funny. It was a setup.
Yeah, there's lots of setups.
Interesting.
Good one.
Okay, let's try one more. Let's try sad, sorrow.
How am I gonna sleep tonight?
Okay, I know it seems silly, like if you've never clowned before, this is like working a muscle, but it does make me think like if you were giving a talk at NORWAC and your PowerPoint wouldn't work, for example, you could get mad and frustrated and be like, God, this sucks, or you could be like, oh my God, like you could clown it out. You know what I'm saying? Like Kimber's saying, being melodramatic as a teacher, right? In any case. But I think about the thing about what we can learn from clowns is they turn sorrow into joy, and that was one of the other lessons that we learned was, it's like JZ, you were giving the lesson about mirror neurons yesterday, where you're talking about how if someone's sitting like this, you can sit like that too, to kind of mirror them, but then you might want to take them out of that closed pose, so then you mirror them out of that closed pose. That's similar to clowning, like. You got to be sad with everyone, like, oh no, the PowerPoint's not working. Like, what am I gonna do? How are we gonna ever learn this lesson? And be like, oh well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I could teach you, like, and then you start like bringing them out of the sorrow, you clown into happiness, but you have to start by matching the sorrow of the situation with like melodrama or something like that.
There's definitely something about matching. I had a job one time where I just started the job, and there was someone I kind of needed to make friends with in the space to make the job work well. And they were a very introverted person. They were like every meeting they were like on their phone. And so one meeting I just sat next to them and I was like just usually on my phone. I didn't interact at all, but I was just mirroring their body language. And then we ended up being like besties at that place for like 15 months or however long I was there. It was just like I don't know. It was kind of great. I think mirroring is a huge. I think people sort of can't help but have a connection when you mirror them somehow.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so let's talk about just to keep building. So there's this was fascinating. Okay, so two people said that clowns work on the prana of the situation. Now, what does that mean to you guys?
Prana?
Yeah.
I don't know that word.
Oh, it's like life
yoga.
force energy.
Oh, okay.
So chi or prana or any of those.
So clowning works off of it?
Yeah, they said that the best way to clown is to clown with people's prana. And this blew my mind because I can feel people's auras all over the place, and I always feel like it's like a weakness. I don't know if you can feel that, Graham, because you're a Pisces rising. I mean, Jay-Z's a Pisces too, but every Pisces is different. But the point is, And maybe you can feel it, Kimber, with your Mars and Cancer. I don't really know, but I do know that like there was this woman, she lived in like Israel or Gaza, I can't remember exactly where she lived, but she would go into the war zones and with a police outfit on and clown with the police. And she said she called it the nervous system of the crowd. She said, I ride the nervous system of the crowd and I work with it. She's like, if I feel tension in the nervous system of the crowd, I go in there and I start cutting the tension up with clowning.
That's some
I
high
thought
stakes
this was
clowning.
fascinating.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Well, it makes me think of like a stand-up comedian. Like you ever watch like I don't know like crowd work clips where like a stand-up is like talking to the audience, and it's clearly like they're having a conversation, but it's not really about having a conversation. It's about making something funny happen. So I guess yeah, the comedian's like feeding off of the energy of the crowd. I guess the prana. It's like yeah, but you kind of need to be in the room to feel that. Like there's a thing where yeah. I'm sorry that
Well, and I
that
think this
didn't
is
really
why
go anywhere.
we're learning to live on Zoom and read the prana on Zoom. Like it's different. Like we don't feel the actual aura touching our aura, but we can see the auras of people, and that's why doing this thing, getting close to them. It's like maybe that changes the prana in the room, or like I mean, maybe we can extrapolate prana to just all the subtle awareness of people as a whole. Kimber,
Yeah.
did you read that when you were a teacher?
With oh yes, like there'd be you could just feel there would be heaviness, especially on Mondays. And I did this thing still like this check the baggage, and so I'd have everyone write like whatever was heavy on them, and I would collect this post-it notes in a box. This was like very rare, but it was like when it would just be a very heavy, and then I would act like it was getting heavier and heavier and dragging it to being able to put it like on around the door frame. So it's like we're gonna leave it, but it's still there. We know it's heavy and we're gonna keep going. But they like thought that would help us kind of come back a little bit. But yeah,
Kimber, you must have been the best teacher ever.
I was
Yeah, I was
teacher of
just
the year
thinking.
one year, but yeah, I love teaching. It just
I'll bet.
apparently we were treated like humans,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be doing it.
I bet all your students fell in love with you.
Yeah, I still keep in touch with a lot of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll bet you're the great teacher.
Thank you. I have a lot of Sagittarius people in my family, and I do think they naturally clown. And I feel like they do this a lot, where I think about when my sister and I are arguing, my dad will come in if one of us snap at him and he'll act like we just like shot him and just be super goofy about it. Or he's just like, what's going on? And I just feel like Sagittarius people do this in like every day.
It's true. The one of the father of modern clowning. I looked up his chart. He's a Sun Moon conjunction in Sagittarius eclipse.
Whoa. Yeah.
So you called it, Kimber. Like he was one of the
Born to
best.
clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so I know we could take this and be like, oh, it's a prana, no big deal. But like this blew my mind because as psychics or spiritual people, we're dealing with prana all the time. Like as astrologers, we're dealing with prana that comes in through the transits, and how like with this Mars Saturn transit, I just was having dinner with someone on Saturday, and I could feel her energy and it was killing me. And I was like, I think the Mars Saturn's coming through her aura. It's like so. It's like we deal with prana all the time as astrologers, and this is where I think clowning is really compatible with remediation. Is we could say that our crew, the remediation crew, is going to come in clowning. Like if there's a bad transit, we're going to try with this transit to like make it better. So I don't know. Does anyone think this is profound? I was like blown away by that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it just made it more evident to me. But I still think that's profound.
Well, because as a musician, I always would handle prana with music. Like, for example, if there's a bunch of bad vibes in a room, you can play your piano and like it cleans up auras all over the place. Like, because it is frequencies, like music is frequencies. And so that's kind of what I've been playing the piano since I was 4, and that's what I always do. But if we go to Norwalk, we're not allowed to play the piano in the lobby. And like maybe we could go. I mean, we would have to train for a year when Jupiter's in Leo. Like I think we should train for a year as clowns, and then go in clowning Norwalk and be like, maybe we show up to the Saturday night dance as a clown troupe, or like I don't really know. We'd have to maybe get permission or something like that. But it's like I do think I don't know that anyone's ever tried clowning as a remediation, like really and made it popular. I mean, not that we're trying to be popular or anything like that, but I think it would be kind of innovative to do this instead of music, for example.
Could you tailor it for an individual client? Do you think, or is this more like kind of like a general vibe for like the whole place? Like, uh,
I could see it in like groups. I don't know. It depends on if there's tension with a one-on-one. It could depends on that person's sense of humor, maybe. Could go really.
Yeah, and it depends, especially if there's already a tense situation. Then yeah, it would depend on the relationship.
Well, it makes me. You talking about Sagittarius makes me think about Billy Anderson, my music producer. He's a Sagittarius Sun square Jupiter, and whenever things get tense in the studio, he always makes jokes. Like that's his form of clowning. He makes jokes constantly, and he does it to. He can feel vibes. He's a Moon Neptune conjunction in Scorpio, so he can feel all the vibes, but he's always clowning through them. And I think for me, I don't necessarily believe in clowning with a client because I'm actually trying to fix the situation. Like clowning, I'm not saying that it's not necessarily a permanent fix. It's like a momentary fix of like you make them laugh, you get through a hard moment, but perhaps as astrologers with a client, we're actually trying to theoretically do some work there. I don't know. When would clowning be appropriate in a client work?
Well, there'd have to be boundaries in it. Like it gets back to social contract, right? Like you can't bust it out if that's not what they wanted or needed, like from their perspective. So it would have to be consent based.
well,
So
but wait a minute, isn't a clown? I kind of feel like clowns are kind of never appropriate. It's kind of like swearing, right? It's like the whole point of swearing is it's not appropriate. Like clowning, like you know, I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong about that, but like,
Consensual
yeah, it's
clowning and non-consensual clowning.
yeah, well, it could be they're consenting to the Uranus aspect of it, right? So surprise me. I like surprises. And then you show up as a clown, right? But not like I don't like surprises and I expect a certain structure and I'm super Virgo about it, then they wouldn't be a good experience.
Well, like I feel like at Norwalk, for example, we could non-consensually clown in the parking lot, like Graham mentioned a few weeks ago, as like a tailgate party. Let's say there was a hard
oh,
transfer, be
that
like
wasn't my
clowns in the parking lot tailgate party, Mars Saturn tailgate party, and we could do that
Mhm.
non-consensually. But if we were going to go into the dance and clown, I feel like we want to get permission from the conference to do that.
Yeah, I don't know about the dance example though, because a dance is like you're allowed to express yourself. So to have, unless there's like I don't know, a personality dress code.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen this at a wedding once, and I guess to me this feels like clowning, but correct me if I'm wrong. But it's what was the funnest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen it before, but this couple started. They were really close together, and they started doing this slow jump rope, like an invisible jump rope, and they
Mhm.
got farther and farther apart from each other, and were just over the top. But they would make people jump the
Oh,
jump rope based off of their tempo, and then it became like the whole dance floor, or then the brides jumping through, and it was just, but it was, I was like, I've never seen an invisible dance jump rope on a dance floor, but it was like a very fun moment that got everyone to like bond with people they didn't know, and I was like, this is
ooh,
fun.
that's cool.
I was
that
like, would that
rocks.
be
I
kind
love
of a
that.
clowning move or no?
I guess we could clown the dance without costumes on. Like we could just start clowning because we'll be training the whole year when Jupiter's in Leo. We can go in and consensually or start doing that. Like I think we would need more consent to go in costume because clown costumes scare people
There were
sometimes.
a lot of costumes.
Yeah.
I was at the dance party at Norwalk last year, and it was that was the night that the first ingress of Saturn into Aries was like happened at like 8 p.m. that night, and the dance party started at 8. So it was like literally the moment of the dance was Saturn and Aries, and everybody. It seemed like everybody was dressed up. Maybe not everybody, but like there were a lot of costumes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. We can always take our clown costumes and feel it out. We could go down the dance and feel it out and then go up and put them on real quick. I mean, I think it's like music. You want to hit the right note. Like if you play your music way too loud at an event, it's unappealing. But if you play it with the right frequency and the like, it's the best thing ever. So I think clown is a similar thing.
Hmm.
But I do really want us to train as Jupiter's and Leo. Do you guys want to train? Because if we train for a year to be real clowns, I think we could have a great act.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Okay.
but also, what about the idea of like your clown giving readings? Like that people know that they are signing up for a clown astrologer to give them a reading. And then the clown could give them like a really melodramatic reading, exaggerating like the tendencies that are seen in their chart. And that might be healing too to a person to have their tendencies like over exaggerated, which also deflates some of the concern.
Oh my god, we should do a video series of clown readings where we do astrology readings as clowns.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
god. Oh, that's a really good idea. And then like you could talk about their Sun Mars square, just act out like anger problems and like that's such a good idea. And then their Moose Saturn conjunction, they're crying and like oh my god. But like Startle's a silent clown so far, but like maybe she could draw the Moon Saturn on and then hold it up and then be like, oh, kind of, and we'd have to figure out this is why we need to get our act together. We got our costumes, we got our characters, but we have to figure out like how to act like intentionally.
hmm
Jay-Z, is your clown silent too?
he has been so far, only because it's easier not to have to mic things and stuff like that. And I also, because he's a hacker technologist, I feel like he'll have like a very like super dweeby flat like you know uh like present, like verbal presence.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking like if I'm thinking about this, right, could be something like, oh, I see you have like a Saturn Mercury conjunction. Do you find it incredibly difficult to ever speak at all? Or just like or you have a sun Jupiter in Aries. Do you get angry and stab people when it's hot out?
Interesting. So one of the things I learned about clowns talking, and this blew my mind, and I was so glad I went to this conference for this reason. So they're a poetic text, and so their talking could be poetic because that's why I don't want Startle to talk. Is it like cuts the poetry of her character? But let's say you're like Mercury, Saturn, never talk, never talk. Like that's more poetic than if you have a Mercury, Saturn. Do you find it? I mean, you did really good there, but it's like we could try to write poetic phrases that our clowns say, and that keeps the poetry of the clown.
I mean, I'm almost imagining Jay-Z. I'm almost imagining like an electronic voice, like
I
a,
was
like a
yeah,
synthesizer.
Yeah.
Something would be like a
or
really
like
cool, like
electronic sounds, like the dial-up sound, or like for like to represent something, or just an AOL message, like or repeat it over and over, like they're talking a lot.
Oh, right. Or I could have a
Like you
voice
open your mouth and
changer,
that's
a robotic voice changer.
Yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
Well, that would be a good one.
Or if
Yeah,
there's like
that's
a pause, you get to the modem sound or something. I don't know.
that would be a really good production meeting is if we worked on our clown voices because that's
Oh
going to be
yeah.
our whole thing. Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so let's talk about another lesson. It was called articulation. Okay, so in theater, articulation is when you spend a bunch of movements to do one thing. Like, so drinking your drink, okay, I'm going to drink my drink regularly. But with articulation, you break that down into like 10 movements. You're like, anyway, like, but you get the point. Like, so she had us articulate drinking a drink in 10 movements and then 20 movements. And so clowns, she said, should be really articulated sometimes, So it's like when we're moving around or doing things, like do it really slowly and break it down into moves, kind of thing.
yeah.
That's something we'd have to practice, I think.
I'd have to think about how to do that virtually.
Yeah. Okay, and then let's do one other exercise. So this is props. Okay, so pick up anything in your environment, like literally any object. Okay. Okay. So the thing is, she said that they were saying that clowns try to solve problems. That's one of the things clowns do. And so you can use your prop to solve like 10 different problems, and that's funny. Like so props are a thing in clowning, right? But like you can use your just okay, so I'm going to think of some problems and try to solve it with your prop. Okay. You have something stuck in your teeth. Okay. Someone left the door open. Okay. You have to go to the bathroom and you're not allowed to go. Um, you want to talk, but you're not allowed to talk. Okay, okay. But you get the idea is like, okay, so one of the lessons is that clowns are here to solve problems. So one of the things we can always do is like in the astrology realm, we're always trying to solve the problem of like someone's hard aspect or like, or a hard transit that's happening or, we're like, we come in to solve problems, is kind of part of the clown's job. You know what I mean? And then the second part of that lesson I think is the prop of it is like it's funny to use props in like if I had a big like maybe we have props that are for our clown like Jay-Z has a computer keyboard that's all rainbow but it's not hooked up to a computer or something like and he tries to use his computer keyboard to fix like every single thing um or whatever our characters are like Stardoll might have like a star lollipop that she uses to try to fix every single problem, kind of thing. So that's just another idea.
Mm-hmm.
Those are kind of my lessons. We have 6 minutes. Does anyone have any thoughts from those lessons or lessons of their own?
The last one, I was just thinking about the props and like I don't know, in my divination discussion group thing, like we were talking about like the different suits and like I was thinking the props could be like a wand, a sword, a coin, or a cup. Like I don't know, that might be too silly.
Oh my
Or
god,
like
you
when
could
you
be
said the
the
star.
divination clown.
Oh, maybe I could. Yeah. Um,
If you're not
I
into
don't even know what
clowning,
that would
that's
look like.
Well,
I know.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. You get. Yeah.
Graham, you could be the divination clown, and you could also dress up like the Fool from the Fool Tarot.
I mean, I'm
And
imagining Mr. Giles with that big hat. Like I don't know.
and you could have a sack with those four props in it that you carry around with you as that Fool with like a
Okay.
harlequin cap
Or
or
like the
whatever.
magician card, I could just have them all on the table. I don't know. That feels like it's a lot of prop work. I gotta like make props. I don't know.
we got to
That
make you like
feels.
a huge tarot card that you try to solve everything with just like a huge tarot card.
See, I'm
I
not
love
into
making
tarot. I don't know.
what?
I'm not into tarot. I don't. Everyone else is my group is like super wants to talk about tarot all the time, and I'm like,
What
I
about
don't.
I
I don't
Ching or
know.
like a huge I Ching or a huge whatever you use?
Yeah. I guess you could do like 3 big coins, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What
I
do
didn't
you
think about
use
that one.
for divination, Graham?
What is it?
What do you usually use?
Well, I like the yarrow stock method, so it's like 50 like sticks of yarrow. It's like
Mhm.
but that's not really. I don't know. It's hard to like make that. Apparently, in ancient China, they used to use like 8 foot long yarrow stocks, and that would be like a big thing you'd do in the palace. That would be like this very expressive theatrical thing. But yeah, I don't know. That feels like way too. I don't know. I'm shy, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I could do clowning.
Yeah, you don't
Maybe
have
you
so
could
that's what I
hide
meant.
behind the yarrow stalks.
There you go. Just give me my duck line.
Like, because I don't know if I'm gonna be like a dress up clown, but I do think some, like, maybe not every episode, but I feel like elements of clowning could show up in Everything Under the Sun, and that would be really interesting.
Mm.
Like, I mean, one, Jay-Z, I mean, I feel like that was clowning with passing the drink that one time, but just like, you know, if there's ever like tension in a moment, or it's like, dang, it's getting cold in here, and like this is just what we're reading, that there's a lot of prana in those episodes that we could build off of, or like, I don't know, like we could literally, I just think that'd be kind of cool. But I also know that I think everyone would have to be in on it, or like, okay, and otherwise people could get their feelings hurt. I don't know.
Well, maybe we can make a kind of thing when Jupiter goes into Leo. We can say this crew is practicing clowning all year. So if someone starts clowning during an episode, we can be like, "Whoa, that was good," or like that flop. Like one of the workshops was let it flop. Like was basically try things, and if they flop, they flop. Like don't take it personally, you know. But that's how comedians do it too. They try their jokes on an audience, and then if they flop, then they don't use them on stage, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Graham, so you guys, so I'm doing this episode with Just Be the Clown. He's a professional clown. I made a picture of himself for himself. Look at him.
Yeah. I've seen this. Yeah.
Anyway, he's gonna read my Legos. Like instead of tarot, he's gonna read Stardall's Legos. So I'm gonna build a huge Lego, and I think on the one of the circles, you know how Legos have circles, I'm gonna put a chart on there, and it's gonna say Just Be's chart. And so, like when he's reading my Legos, I'm gonna pull out my huge Lego and start reading his Lego.
I love it. Or you can make the chart spin, because like it's, I don't know, the clown is like,
Yeah.
we're normal people who stay stationary on the ground. But the clown could be, well, I don't know.
Good idea. I don't know if I can make that happen by Sunday, but that's a really good idea. But I'm not going to tell Just Be I'm doing this. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to pull out my huge Lego.
You can surprise them. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? We have 1 minute. Thank you guys for doing this.
This is great.
I didn't want us to miss out on some of these lessons.
Oh,
No, this is good. I'm
really
trying to think of how to change my mood, my aura, by changing my background. Maybe I'll practice that.
I wanna
Jay-Z,
get a
when your
thinking
lights
hat.
were... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just said I want to get a thinking hat, and I'd love if other people would get thinking hats, but they could be ridiculous. But it's just whenever we have to put them on.
Ooh.
Like your thinking cap?
Yes, but like it's just, what if my thinking hat is a birthday hat, and like yours is a construction hat, like just whatever, and or I wear a different hat to different themes.
Mhm.
But
Interesting. I got the book How to Clown. I also ordered some balloon animal stuff so we can also learn balloon animals. But I think we should start practicing clowning without makeup on. Like, what does it mean to clown in general? Like, maybe we do melodrama at Everything Under the Sun, or we just, you know, let's just start integrating all the lessons we learn about clowning into our lives, and start there.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe we could have a drama day on Everything Under the Sun. So that but it's Venus Uranus conjunction on this one.
it won't be.
What
there
would
yet.
that make us do?
Well, Laurel has already requested a topic, and we said we would do it. It's what's easy about being an astrologer. She wants to talk about what's easy about it.
Oh, nice.
But I do think we should have a production meeting where we find our clowns' voices. Do you guys want to do
Yeah,
that?
that's a good one. Yeah.
Should we do that? What do we want to do next week for the production meeting?
Are you going to be gone?
Not next week.
Okay. Oh, next week I might not be able to make it myself.
Okay.
I signed up for something and have tickets for it. It's at 7, so I'm not going to be able to make it unless I bail on that thing. But
Graham, is there anything you want to talk about at a production meeting?
Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I feel like I'm the newbie here. I don't really know like what's the range of things that you guys do.
Anything.
We do anything
Anything.
that makes us better on and off screen.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. I've been reading a lot this week about Empedocles, like this ancient Greek guy who like jumped into a volcano. And yeah, I don't know. Like, can we just talk about like stuff we've been reading and stuff? Like, I don't know.
Sure, if it would develop us as a crew, anything that's self-development, I think goes under
Oh.
production.
Oh, okay. Self development.
I'll think of some
Yeah.
stuff. I'll think of some stuff,
Okay.
and then if you have stuff on your mind, then we can do that. All right, you guys. We'll see you later. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.